Hey guys, I'm here at IFM 31 with RuthlessRetta. How are you?
I'm doing good. Today is a good day, even though it's a little cloudy outside. That's all right. But we have a full house and some people from out of town, so I'm excited.
I'm so excited too. I think we have like 50 entrants or something like that.
Yes. So we didn't get to have IFM last month, so this is a good first of the, start of the year, 2025. So glad to be back here for the year.
Awesome. So I have a few questions for you. So tell me, how long have you been involved with Iron Fist Monthly and what is your role?
I am a TO here, so tournament organizer, and I have been involved with IFM. Well, this will be my third year actually. Like February is actually my anniversary, so 3 years in the fold. I'm still a newbie, still learning things, but I love it here. So yeah, I'm a TO.
What is the most challenging thing so far for you?
To be honest, it's the socializing. I'm a very quiet, in the corner type of gal. So it's the socializing, but once I get to know you, once I get to interact with people, it does come a little, secondhand once I just interact with people and get to know you, see your face a lot, and then it's a little relationship there. So yeah, the socializing is the hardest part for me.
Yeah, I would say that we touch on that a lot with these interviews so far, where we're kind of like making the comparison between players preparing for matchups while TOs have to prepare for the personality matchup.
Oh, yes, because you get a lot of different people. You have to make sure, you're sensitive to everybody because you get people from all walks of life. So you just have to make sure you have those social skills in order to be able to be, I guess, sensitive. Just make sure everybody feels welcome.
Have empathy, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So while we touched on that, what is your favorite aspect of the community here?
I think Greensboro FGC it does have a family feel. A lot of people who do visit from out of town, we have that southern hospitality effect. I feel like everybody who comes here, they love it. So, we're out to eat, hugs, everybody wants to get up the night before. So I do think that's my favorite part about Greensboro FGC. It does feel like a family.
Speaking of that, are we gonna get the legendary the legendary entrance pictures before the bracket?
Have to, we do. We always take our picture before the tournament starts. So I think that that's what keeps us standing out from other tournaments as well. We always take our family photo. So yeah, it's a good staple.
So something I wanted to ask, since we're talking about a family-oriented FGC local. Now, from what I understand, in between venue moving and maybe in the beginning, a lot of IFMs were held in a house.
Oh,
so
God.
how did you guys create boundaries and how did you keep things under control to make sure it wasn't like a full-on frat house event?
You have to be stern with some people. But I think the Greensboro FGC, because they respect us as TOs and people, they also respect our spaces. So even, yes, we had, was that early 2022, like you said, in between venues and stuff, yes. The Handshake House, legendary Handshake House. Yeah, so it's just, I feel like if they respect you as a person and, your role, I feel like they will respect your space as well.
Yeah, and what is that? What is that again? Somebody else mentioned it. Handshake.
Yes, Handshake House.
Handshake House.
Handshake House. Yeah, we were cramped in there. Summer months, winter months, hot, cold, in and out of the doors. Yes, that was the trenches. The trenches.
So, what is your favorite part about organizing?
I think the creativity and just trying to see how better we can make it for our players. We're always trying to make sure that everybody's comfortable. How efficient can we be running a bigger bracket? How can we get y'all in and out of there quickly? So that's probably the better part for me about TOing as well.
And so a lot of people kind of have to find their way in the FGC. Like some people will start as players and become commentators or commentators and the players and such and so forth. So how did it come about, you being an organizer? You know what I mean? Because some people they just go for it. They just feel that they have the knack for it, I guess is the right word to call it.
Honestly, I became a TO because Brandon was like, hey, why don't you just come visit, just come see IFM. So I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And that was when IFM was at the mall. So this is 2022. So then it kind of went from, hey, you want to help run the bracket? I'm like, well, I don't know how to do this. He's like, don't worry, I'm going to show you. So it literally went from me just checking people in, learning how to run a bracket, to, okay, well, what do you think about this? And I'm like, well, you sure you want my input? So it just kind of gradually happened for me to become, what I am now as a TO for IFM. So it just, without my knowledge, it wasn't so much of a, okay, this is what I want to do. It just happened, which was the good part about it. I just kind of fell into it.
I think the best things in life come impromptu and very spontaneous.
Yes. And Greensboro FGC is a big part of my heart. I don't like to say that all the time, but it actually means a lot to me. This is another social opportunity for me, because otherwise I'll be at the house. I'll be in my bed watching a K-drama, but Greensboro FGC, the family, everything about it, like I just fell into it, so I do look forward to it every month.
That's great. Thank you so much for all that information. But since you touched on it, let the viewers know, what K-dramas do you like?
Oh my God. My favorite is Nevertheless. I love the romance. I also like the messy ones, the drama, like literally the drama. I'm watching one right now called Eve. Real messy.
So I used to watch, and I might get some slack for this, for admitting this, but I used to watch Young and the Restless.
Listen, I grew up on those, okay? My grandmother and my auntie, we call those the stories. Yeah, we grew up on those about about noon every day. And it's still on TV. Them shows older than me. Still on TV.
Say Victor Newman, I think, should be up there with some of the FGC heads that are like, oh, I'm retired. Oh, I'm retired. Oh, I'm retired. And it's been like 20 years now. Oh, I'm retired.
And still here, still kicking and still trudging along. Absolutely.
Never getting rid of Victor Newman. Ever. It just warms the dark carcass of my heart.
Look, it keeps us warm at night. Absolutely. Of course.
But I think that's all I have for you. So I'm going to ask you to let the viewers know where to find you, your socials, just anything you want to throw out there, just throw it out, all out on the table.
Okay, guys, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. All the same handle, RuthlessRetta. And if you ever want to reach out to say hello, I go by Ruthie, so it'd be nice to meet you. And come out to visit IFM whenever you have a chance.
Thank you so much, Ruthie.
Woo!
That was good. Hey guys, I'm here at IFM 31 with KurleyAngel. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you too. I'm so glad you were able to make it. So I'm just going to ask you a couple questions. And my first question is, what is your role here at IFM?
So I am one of the tournament organizers. I help run the brackets, call the matches, all of that. So I am right next to Brand with all of that. Yeah, I'm just here for the vibes.
That's awesome. How long have you been involved?
3 years. 3 years. I think it was 3 years, yeah.
What would you say during the work, what is your favorite aspect of the community so far in those 3 years?
Everybody that I got to meet. We've built, I know a lot of places say that like, oh, we're a family. And it'd be like, oh, shit. We really are a family here. We've developed relationships. I've developed relationships, especially being new here and moving here from another state. I developed relationships outside of the FGC. So like those are my sisters in here. Brandon's my brother. So definitely the people and like the relationships I build and the bonds that I build with everybody. So that's my favorite thing. Yeah,
that makes sense because the people that I talk to already, it is a very family friendly environment. And a lot of people's questions have been lining up with their answers. So it's great to see everybody on the same page. So what would you say is the favorite part of your organizing here?
That's hard. That's a hard question. My favorite part of organizing? Getting everybody together. Like giving everybody somewhere to go on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. Giving people a break, it's work, it's school, it's kids. Some of us got kids. So like give us everybody a common neutral place to just escape and vibe and play with people and enjoy time with people with like-mindedness and yeah, so that.
Gotcha. So how did you come about becoming an organizer? Because some people that come into the FGC, they kind of like shift gears, so to speak, based off of like their experiences in the FGC and different things like that. So they kind of have either like a passion for it or like it's just like comes as second nature. So tell me, how did it like come to you?
I think it was a second nature thing. Like, I kind of was coming around. I was in a relationship. They introduced me into the scene and the FGC and things. And I kind of just, like, would come around and sit back and watch. And I was like, oh, this looks fun. Really looks cool. I want to try. And so I started learning the game. And Brandon has a tendency to just throw you up there. And he was like, hey, can you run boards for me? Can you do this? So I learned how to run the stream. And that's where I started, was being a stream engineer. And then from there, I kind of just built to where I was like, okay, one of the prominent members here and one of the higher ups. So it kind of just flowed naturally.
So you work alongside with Scotty now,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's awesome. All right, so I think that's all the questions that I have. So do me a favor and shout out to all the viewers where to find you, upcoming events, like what your tag is on socials. Lay it all on the table. Go ahead.
Okay, so I am KurleyAngel. That's KurleyAngel. That's across all platforms, so Twitter, Twitch. If you type in KurleyAngel on TikTok, you'll find me. I've been playing a lot of Rivals lately, so you see my scorecard clips up there, you know. But that's where you can find me. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Bestie. Shout out to my family here at IFM. Shout out to Victeemo. I love you so much.
Thank you. And thank you so much for the interview.
Yes, of course. Thank you for interviewing me.
Hey guys, I'm at IFM 31 with Scotty. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well. It's been a long day.
It has, but it's a lot of good energy. It's been a great turnout, so I'm really excited. It's worth it.
Yes, it is. So we had 51 entrants so far, so it's been pretty crazy.
Packed house.
Yeah. So tell me, how long have you been involved with IFM, and what is your role here?
I believe I'm going on year 3. And right now I am the stream engineer for the monthly, and I do a little bit of the weekly sometimes.
Gotcha. So with 51 attendees, how has that been working out so far?
Ooh, it's getting a little hectic at some points, but I'm definitely enjoying seeing some of the familiar faces and the new people. So it's always good energy, especially because it's the first one of the year. I feel like everybody's really excited to see each other. So it's a little chaotic, but like family fun chaotic. It feels like I'm here with all my cousins.
That's a common theme that keeps reoccurring, is the family aspect of it, and I love that. And people, like, I'll ask them certain questions and they have the same exact answers. Like, I'll ask some of the players, like, what's your favorite memory? And then they just keep saying, like, the same memory. I'm like, this is perfect. Like, everybody is so aligned with each other, and I love it. So we touched on that already. What is your favorite aspect of the community?
My favorite aspect is seeing people improve and how welcoming we are for people at different player levels. Like watching somebody come in for the first time and they have like skill level is starter, and like watching them really work hard and like get tips from other people, very encouraging when they try out for bracket, no matter which way it goes, and like seeing people actually progress and get better as the brackets go on. That's one of my favorite parts for sure.
I totally agree, because locals, like, they help start up and prepare people for the bigger things like monthlies, regionals, majors. So seeing that progress is just like, it's like you almost like fostered them, so to speak. So it's really awesome.
It really is. And like seeing some people come in, and then like even now, like today, when they're playing in bracket, everybody's screaming, everybody's cheering, giving them encouragement, no matter how they place. Because I feel like sometimes locals couldn't get a bad rep of being stiff competition, but everybody's here is so welcoming, and it makes everybody feel comfortable. That's one of my favorite parts.
And I feel like the top level players, it helps them come out too. Like right now we have Rhythm, we have King Rays. Sometimes you guys get Genghis-Khan. Sometimes you guys get like the majority of ATL players. So it's really refreshing to see. So tell me, I think you touched on it a little bit already, but I guess we could elaborate a little bit more on it. Is basically, what is your favorite part about organizing?
My favorite part about organizing is the socialization. I know for me personally, it's very easy to just come and spectate, be quiet, just sit back, watch the event. But I feel like now I have more opportunity to meet people, interact. When people come in and we remember each other from the last event, or, we remember each other from a bracket. It's always a good time to just get out of your shell. I feel like being a part of that really gave me an opportunity to do that within the group.
It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So tell me, sorry, I have flashcards here, and so I'm like, can we edit that out maybe? Maybe. How did you come about organizing? Like, so in the FGC, like some people start out as like spectators, even commentators, players, and sometimes they kind of switch roles because some things are like a calling to them. Like me doing like bigger content creation is just like, oh, I actually don't mind this too much. You know what I mean? Still number one priority as a player, but sometimes, you know, you can build a knack for something. So since you've been around for 3 years now organizing this, how did you come about, you know, organizing?
Originally it started off knee-based. When I met this group, I was kind of like a spectator, hanging out with my friends, having a good social time. And then once I got deeper into it, and I got closer to the people who run this, seeing them need help and seeing the support being available, I'm that kind of person where I do want to help any way I can if I'm coming around a lot or if I'm here all the time. I want to try to help the best way I can. So once we got into helping, I've done a little bit of bracket helping and doing that kind of thing, but I really do like the streaming aspect. Like I get to watch everything and be a part of everything, but I'm also taking a lot of work and stress off of my friends' hands, which always, for me, makes me feel good. So once it started off like that, and I'm like, okay, I'm actually kind of good at this. Okay, I'm not terrible at a computer. Okay, cool. And, you know, being able to make a space to be helpful for this community as much as they're helpful for me. So it felt great. So I feel like that's how I found out might be my spot where I might be more comfortable at.
It makes a lot of sense to me. And I thank you so much for everything that you guys do, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. It feels great to be a part of a community and actually be a pillar of it and actually be able to give back everything that I'm receiving because they make me feel comfortable. They make me feel special and appreciated here. And I hope everybody gets that feeling because we love everybody. So that's great.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing. That's all the questions that I have. So I'm just going to have you to reach out to the viewers there. Let me know your tag, socials, where they can find you, upcoming events, lay it all out on the table for them.
Okay, you can always find me on Twitter. My name is MMHM Scotty. You can find me on Instagram. It's Scotty Deer, and then Scotty Deer 23 is my gamer tag on PSN. I do find myself online on Tekken sometimes, so we can play. Yeah, that's how you can find me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're good. Thank you so much.
I was so nervous.
It's okay. I, to be honest with you, I still am.